Yo guys, it's Yin back with the G20. So last install I was doing an intake. Today we're gonna be doing some suspensions, some coilovers. I bought these right here, some Silver Neomax. The reason I went for this is because I don't have EDC, the electronic dampening control, but these got some camber plates on it. You know, I already did one side because I wanted to make sure I knew how to do it before making a video on it. Didn't want to be an idiot again. Here with Cuzzo, getting some helping. So this is it right here. All right, so going off, first thing I did on the other side was here we undid this sway bar link, and after that undid this knuckle right here. The hardest part here is if you can see it right here, you need to spread this knuckle apart, and then you also need to get the strut out at the same time. So it was pretty difficult earlier because we just have a pry bar and his weight stepping on it, but ideally what you would use is the steering knuckle spreader. All right, so what I'm doing right now before I put the coilover in is I'm adjusting the camber bolts on the top. I have a rough measurement from what I did on the other side, so I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these and then adjust it towards the last mark. That's about where it was. Ideally, you should probably adjust the camber while the top pad is on the top of the car and bolted in, but there isn't enough space through the opening to adjust it. Oh, yeah. All right, a lot of these are just rubber grommets. Just got
smacked my lip. Damn, man. I should be on your voice.
Yeah.
The voiceovers? Yeah, the voiceover.
Have it has sound effects.
Okay, now you use the jack. You take off the pressure. There you go. Damn, man, I'm fucking too good, man. I'm getting out of here.
You know it.
All right. I would have got this shit done in like 30 minutes.
18 millimeter.
Sorry, I was just kidding.
18 millimeter for the bolt, 16 mil for the back.
Oh shit, you're recording.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
This whole time?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut.
Don't worry. He can edit it out and stuff like that. He's straight.
My ears. Bye. Got this bolt out. Easy. And head and took off this sway bar link right here. It's connected to the back of the strut. It was a 16 mil nut. Some people use a pass-through socket with a T30 to counterhold, but we didn't need to here. And then on the back of a knuckle, there was be a bolt right here. There's gonna be an 18 mil right there, and then a 16 to hold. If you can get it off. All that's really left to do is to spread apart this knuckle. I said you would need a steering or a knuckle spreader for that, but we're gonna use a pry bar. Make sure you spray some penetrating or WD-40. It's such a pain to get out earlier on the other side trying to do it. Like earlier, gonna take this pry bar to get in between that steering knuckle, and then we're just gonna pry it open, and then while he's stepping on applying pressure to release it. Oh, yep. What we gotta do is just wiggle it. You see, there's enough space for this to come off. All we need to do now is loosen the bolts on top. It's gonna be E12 and these top 4 bolts. Undid the top 4 bolts. This thing just comes out easy. Earlier, I messed up on the other side. I don't know what I did, but it slammed down on my thumb, and my thumb is bleeding like crazy. I probably shouldn't be having this whole assembly just hanging like this, but you know what? Fuck it, we ball. The Silvers comes with their new own top hat bolts, so I'm gonna undo these and then shove this coilover up there, tighten the top hat bolts. I just wanna say, like last video, I am not no mechanic, bro. I am a mechanic. So again, if somebody learns how to do this from watching me, props. But, I would say I know how to work my way around a car, but probably not the most mechanically inclined person. I just watch YouTube videos and I think I could do it. All right, I'll put 2 bolts in there just to hold it up a bit.
Oh, you at the game?
Right up the sway bar. Link. Well, after tightening all the bolts on bottom here, we don't have a torque wrench, so after a couple ooga doogas from the impact, I went ahead and just tighten it as much as I could with my hand before righty turns to loosey. So now all we gotta do is just go to the top hat and tighten up those 4 bolts supplied by Silvers, and then that should be it. And we can put this on the ground and see where it's at. They were preset with a height already, but I was way too lazy to adjust it. And looking at the other side, I'm afraid it might be too low. But we'll find out when we put it on the ground. Maybe when we put it down, I won't even be able to jack up the car again. So there's that. All right. So if you're running an aggressive wheel like mine, I'm running 19 by 9.5 plus 25. You're gonna get reduced inner clearance with aftermarket suspension, aftermarket coilovers. If you go just lowering springs, it usually won't factor as a problem. You're gonna need to go ahead and run about a 12 millimeter spacer if you're running this plus 25. If you're running a plus 22, I think you could use a 10 mil. We're gonna go ahead and lower the G20 and see where the ride height is. I mean, if you look at it already, it looks pretty low, and that's droop. So I'm really afraid that we're gonna be too low. You know, I don't want the stance life. I'm not about it. Is it right? How is it? Oh,
One finger, like I said, dog.
damn.
Is that too low? Some people would say slam it. Let's see side profile. Okay. Let's see up top profile. What y'all think? This is not full maxed out camber yet.
That ride height is so hard. If I max out the camera. The rear is a monster truck now. Damn. If I scrape while getting out of here, I'm raising the car back up. Alright y'all, the battery's getting low. I ran out of daylight, so I just went ahead and adjusted the ride height on the front. It's a little too low for me. Didn't adjust the camber because I didn't want to drop the whole strut again. It's too lazy, not enough space from the top if I don't have that it's like an allo football at the end, so I didn't have that. But adjusted the ride height, still low. Don't know how well you can see, but it's like perfect. Don't even measure by inches, measure by fingers. 1 finger gap, it's good, but the rear is still stock. I'll go ahead and get working on that tomorrow morning. It's out of time here, and plus I have something to do tonight. So see you guys on the next clip. Yo guys, good morning. Getting a little bit of a late start to my day, you know what I'm saying. Just woke up, I'm tired, it's kind of late, but about to head to my uncle's house, and then about to do the rears. My body hurts and I'm so tired from last night. I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. Listen to some Larry June and grab me some coffee. Alright y'all, we about to do the rear. I went ahead and did the other side already. Just been sipping my Starbucks, taking my time. Shocks and springs separate. I've probably only done coilovers like these one time on Lexus. First time doing coils on a BMW. So There's gonna be 4 10 mils down here. There's gonna be one right here. You see it? It's literally in the square. And boom, tray's undone. Let's just see 4 10 mils and it's over. So we 3 12s, one right here. You gotta peel the liner back a bit, and then there's 2 up there. 18 mil nut right here, and an 18 mil bolt on the other side. Alright, after unbolting the strut, now what we're gonna do, I should have done this before, yank off this little grommet, put on the strut to compress it now. You can compress as much as you can, and after that you'll just lift up, wiggle it out a bit. When you do wiggle it and you pull it out towards the rear, where the sway bar isn't blocking you, make your life easier. We're gonna be taking off this lower control arm bolt right here that connects to the hub assembly. So it's the E20 right here, and then I was using a 22 millimeter on the other side to hold it. I saw somebody say it was 21. It probably is, but I couldn't find a 21 in my toolbox. So if you can't get enough leverage to break something and you have a breaker bar, torque wrench, you need one of these steel pipes right here. To get this bolt off, you just want to jack it up so you find that sweet spot and it comes out with ease. So we'll do that in a bit. So as you saw, found a sweet spot to take it out, jacking up the control arm a bit. It took a while though. Had to get my little cousin to come help me. All we have to do is, see, push down a little bit on this arm, gives us the space. Lean this forward. Watch out for this line. And it's easy. Spring is out. Fully disassembled. Now all we have to do is reassemble it. You won't be reusing any of the stock components on the Silver's kit. On some other coilovers, they come without top hats, so you will have to transfer those, but not us, baby. If you look here on the lower control arm, there's this kind of like perch for the spring to sit, and there's this empty spot right here. This part of the spring, it's like that little slot right there. I'm assuming that'll allow the spring to sit as flush as possible, and I believe that's how the OEM spring was sitting. So that's what we're gonna do here. Line up that portion of the spring down there with the little perch, a little slot for it. Once that's in place, just gonna go ahead and plop that in. Before you bolt up the lower control arm back up, you should probably put in that strut first, or at least bolt up the top hat first. That'll make life a lot easier on you. Jack back up this control so we can align it with the hole. If it's not perfectly lining up, you can use a screwdriver. Push it in to line it up a bit. Alright, so to get it to line up a little bit better, what I did was I did the screwdriver trick that I talked about, and then I grabbed the trailing arm, and then it allows you to move that bushing a little bit on the hub assembly, and then you can line it up with the back of the hole. And after that, like you just saw, I just malleted it and it went in straight through. As you can see, there's enough room for the strut to wiggle a bit. So you just line up the hole on the bottom of the control arm. And you can just slide this bolt in. Ta-da. Now we're just gonna tighten all the bolts all around.
Are you putting the struts on?
Yeah, I just did it right now.
All four?
Yeah. Now all that's left to do is tighten up the 3 E12s on top. it'll be done. We can put the wheel on and then put this thing back on the ground and see how it sits.
Hi, Dad. Uncle Peter's here. Uncle Peter's here. She likes your airbags every time you lower it.
Oh, I got it on the money. No, it looks the same, kind of.
Shit. It slammed on this side.
Good job. All right, y'all, got it on the ground over here. Look at this fitment. Front fitment. I'm probably gonna lower it just a smidge. But that rear is money. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. Thank you guys for watching the video. Sheesh. It's my second video, man. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, you know. YouTuber thing.